Welcome to the Intuitive Patterns for the month of August 2021. The cards that we get in the Osho Zen Tarot are Rebirth, Integration, and Success. The medicine cards are the Blank Shield, Mouse, and Moose. The Mayan Oracle is Greater Cycles, Ben, and Imish. The Ancient Egyptian Tarot is the Moon, Judgment, Temperance, and the Three of Wands. The Aleister Crowley deck is the Magus, the Queen of Wands, and the Prince of Cups. The Healing Earth Tarot is the Sun, the Six of Pipes, the Four of Pipes, and the words of truth are decision, laughter, stuck, individuation, and ease. So, if we really literally look at all of this, we're going into a rebirth that's going to cause integration and success. That's all good news. There's a whole bunch of unknowns because of the Blank Shield. Mouse says we need to pay attention to the details, and Moose says that we need to bellow our call and let everybody know where we're at. The Mayan Oracle basically says the Greater Cycle says we're beginning a much bigger cycle than we realize. Ben says we have to learn to be the bridge between heaven and earth, and Imish says that we need to pay attention to our Earth Mother. The Moon card says things are still a little wonky and confusing and chaotic. Try not to judge. Try to have an even temperament and recognize that success comes from stillness. We also have the Magus that says magic is still afoot. The Queen of Wands says we're in the time of Leo, which of course we are. And the Prince of Cups says, let that artistic creative side out. Then we've got the Sun card, which says, again, we're in the time of Leo. The sun rules the day. And we've got the Six of Pipes, which says it's time for peace and it's time to bring things back into harmony. And then in the words of truth, it's like we have to make a decision and we might as well laugh about it. Things have been stuck for way too long, and it's time to step into a place of individuation rather than belonging to a group. Because when you stand as yourself, you're going to find greater ease. So, we are in the season of the lion, and as such, there is a renewed warmth and vitality arising. Of course, so much is needed in the larger scope of things, but the power instilled in this astrology this month will give us the push we need to make a shift. Life brings with it a series of choices and decisions to help us move towards individuation and ease. The question is whether we are fighting ourselves or not. The world is always going to challenge us. Therefore, we must learn to believe in ourselves. Otherwise, the constant barrage of disappointments will overwhelm the psyche, and the potential collapse will stop us from our greatness. Everyone dreams of a better and more peaceful life, but we need to learn to appreciate when things are good. This month, many good things arrive, and it is up to us to fully embrace that goodness because that will, in turn, bring more positive things our way. The card Ben shows us that we are more remarkable when we allow ourselves to become the bridge between heaven and earth. It is essential to recognize that we are the earth angels and here to be a beacon of hope in a world that seems to destroy itself. When we stand with the Divine Mother, Imish, we support the processes of life that will help us in regeneration that is so needed and is called for in our life. The younger generation hears that call and is appalled by the disinterest and avoidance of the older generations around making all things political, especially when they impact everyone. It is that younger generation that will save us from ourselves. Not that I want to put more pressure on the young, but they are more interested in cooperation and environmental issues because they know what is needed and they came into this world with a calling to awaken the rest of us out of our numbing stupor. This month, the details matter more than anything, and we have to make a lot of noise, just like the moose in mating season. There is much to celebrate and much to remember that is deeply sacred. The nature deities are trying to show us what is needed and what our next steps should be. Perhaps you will hear them and be able to heed their call. Know that in the face of judgment, always show temperance. Remember that there are many people caught in the illusions of the moon, and while they believe they see clearly, they are only being shown the reflections of their disowned selves. Through integration, there is a pathway that will give us the success we want and need. We have a power within to do more and to make things better. A more extensive cycle is expanding peace into the hearts of those still suffering. Many things will take time, but it will help us get unstuck and remember that laughter will heal many things. Thanks, everyone. I hope you have a great month.